today's question is, who was the coolest player that I ever played with in the major leagues? I would say that one of the funnest guys to be around in the clubhouse, especially during spring training, was
John Madden. Wow, Matt, thank you so much, man. Let me just say, the feeling is mutual, buddy. For those of you who don't know, that's Matt Antonelli, first-round draft pick, middle infielder for the Padres. We were teammates together in the Padres organization, came up through the minor leagues together. But I've got a surprise for you coming this week. I know you guys have been asking for Matt and I to get together and do a collaboration. This is kind of a fake collaboration. I'm just taking some of his videos. He's not here, but he is here. He's in Florida visiting his in-laws on Thanksgiving, and I'm trying to get him to sneak away for a couple of hours so we can do some real videos together in person. So if you want to see those, go ahead, drop a like on this. If we get to 500 likes on this video, we will get together. I'll make sure he comes out and we'll put together a bunch of videos for my channel and for his channel, which, by the way, don't forget to go subscribe to Antonelli Baseball. I'll leave the link down below. Let's get into the video. We're going to fix the bat drag, and don't ever do the sitting drill, please.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today, answering questions on how to correct bat drag and what this back elbow is supposed to do in the swing. Get a lot of questions on people saying, should my elbow be out in front? Should it be up here? Should it be high? Should it be low? My bat's dragging. How do I correct it? All that stuff. And so we're going to take some time today to talk about, how this arm is supposed to work in the swing. What is bat drag? What are some of the issues people have when this elbow isn't working correctly? So let's talk about some of the things I see happen in swings that are incorrect. What that causes, and then how do we fix it, and how should the arm really work? So I see two things, okay? With younger players, what I see is I see their back elbows, which never get up, and they're always leading the swing. So if my elbow doesn't, if I get ready to hit, and my elbow doesn't make this move and get somewhere here, and instead it does this, which a lot of young guys do because a lot of coaches say, put your elbow down, don't get your elbow up. That move often causes the hitter to lead with their elbow. So their elbow gets way, way out here, okay? They do this. So if you're watching video and you see that, it's probably because you're not getting your elbow up to begin with. Now the problem with this is when you get in that position, it makes it really hard to release the barrel. So when my elbow gets here and I just keep going here, I can't release the barrel like that. So what a lot of kids do is they get here and they just keep going and their barrel never releases, boom, and then they get the ball way down here. They hit a lot of balls that way because their barrel can't get out there. They're late on fastballs, they're fouling balls back because the barrel never can get out front to hit the ball. The barrel's always lagging. That's where bat drag. People say, oh, the barrel's dragging through, the bat's dragging through. Most of the time it's because of that. Elbow doesn't get up, elbow leads forward, and I can't release. And I get blocked off, I hit the ball there, foul the ball back, can't make solid contact, okay? So that's a big problem I see. The other big problem I see is on the other end of the spectrum. Players that their back elbow never drops in. So the back elbow gets up, it stays up, and it never gets in there. So here, it's way out here. When this happens, my swing gets really pushed, okay? So I push the bat through the zone. There's no whipping of the bat through there. So I'm pushing. I have no bat speed. Typically, the barrel will get way out here, so I cut across the ball a lot. I'm not able to attack the ball like this, more from the inside. My barrel isn't going to cover the whole plate again. It's going to be here. It gets out there, and then it cuts across the zone that way. Okay, so usually those are really slow swings. Doesn't look like there's any bat speed. Doesn't look like there's any whip to the swing because the barrel never really gets lagged back there and released out. It's always kind of getting pushed. It's almost like if you were to take a ball and throw it, if your elbow never got laid, or never got ahead of your hand a little bit for it to whip, if you kept your elbow back here, tried to throw it, you look like you're shot putting a ball. It's exactly what you're doing in your swing, okay? So those are the two issues. Either guys are way out here and the bat drags, the elbow never drops in, and they push the bat through the zone, okay? So it's really, really important, one, to get into a good position. Now, if you watch most major league hitters, most elite hitters, their elbows are gonna get up. Everyone's at a little bit of a different degree. So some hitters are gonna be here, some hitters might be a little lower, some hitters might be a little bit higher, tip the bat a little bit more, but the elbow's always kind of up somewhere in this area. You never see big league hitters ever get here when they're gonna launch the bat, right? Almost never, because it has to get up so that when everything turns and then it starts to work under, the barrel goes back, everything times up nicely, your elbow doesn't get out here, and it isn't pushing this way, and everything is turning. And go, okay? So my elbow has to get up so it syncs up with the rest of my body and can work together. As I start to turn, my elbow lowers, okay? If I'm one of those guys that gets up here and really pushes through and the elbow never works, you're gonna have to really spend some time and learn how I wanna turn the bat and let this arm work under. It gets up, it works under, up, under. So you're just gonna have to go through that dry swings in the mirror, right? Just kind of working on getting that feeling, okay? So hopefully that clarifies some things as far as how the back elbow needs to work and some of the issues that happen when you're either too far out front or never letting your elbow drop at all when you're swinging and work under.
We're going to talk about why this particular drill actually hurts you rather than helps you. I think a lot of times players think that if they're doing hitting drills that they're getting better and they're improving. But there are a ton of drills out there that will be detrimental to your swing and will really cause some poor things to happen within the swing that clearly you don't want to have happening. So this is one of the drills. Now this drill, I was shown this drill probably when I was really, really young. But I've seen players do this drill as high up as professional baseball, right? It's one of those drills that for some reason just won't go away. A lot of people think it's, some people will tell you this is the best drill to do. If you look on YouTube or online, you'll probably see a bunch of people promoting this drill. But if you follow our stuff and you've studied the swing and understand the type of path that you're trying to create, it's pretty easy to see why this drill would not be a good one to use. If you're someone that hasn't watched our stuff before, go and watch our other videos on bat path. But I'm going to give a little demonstration, kind of talk about why this drill is probably one that you want to get rid of right away. Okay, so let's get into it. If you've never seen this drill, this is how it's supposed to work. They'll put the back tee here. You'll put two tees, two balls. The back tee is going to be higher than the front tee. And what it's promoting is a swing that really has to work down on the ball. If you get this bat working flatter back here, you're going to hit this ball. And the objective on the drill is to not hit this ball. Again, the only way you can get that front ball without hitting that back ball is to really be steep and downhill to the ball. And we've talked about it all the time, right? The pitch is being thrown from an elevated mound overhand to a catcher that's squatted. So the ball has to go down to give ourselves the best chance to square that ball up and to be consistently on time, give ourselves a big window to hit in. We have to be on path with that ball for as long as we can. So we want to work on the opposite path. So if the ball's coming slightly down, I don't want to swing down on the ball. I want to swing a little bit more up on the ball to give myself that really big window. Like I said, impossible to do on this drill. If you take a proper swing, you're going to hit that ball every single time. I actually remember being in pro ball and having one of our coaches do this drill. And it felt so awkward to me to try to do this. But I remember I kept hitting that ball and they kept saying, hey, come on, you got to keep the barrel up, got to keep the barrel up, got to keep the barrel up, right? So, for people that are going to say, well, you can't just let the barrel get down here. Clearly, can't let the barrel just drop right away like this. But this drill is going to only promote this type of swing right here. There's really no other way to get that ball than by going downhill. Okay. So the other thing is when you swing down like this, you're using all upper body, right? So not only are you not getting on path, you're not going to get in the zone early. You're not going to be able to really square that ball up because you're always going to be coming down as it's coming down. but you're also going to really have an upper body dominated swing. So I've watched tons of players hit, and players that really swing down on the ball, it's all upper body. The lower body never works. So now, not only am I not on path, and I'm not going to be able to square the ball up as consistently, but now I have no bat speed because I'm pushing the bat downhill at the ball, right? My lower body doesn't work. The sequence of my swing works the opposite. So instead of being from the ground up, now I'm from up to down. You can see when guys swing down and they make contact, they're almost always like this, where they're still facing this way. They haven't used their lower body at all. So we're not using the ground to help us hit. It's all upper body, a lot of smash balls in the ground, very little power, everything that we're not trying to work on, pretty much. So again, if this drill is a drill that you've used, I personally suggest getting rid of it right away, okay? I've thought about it 100 different ways, and I just cannot take a good proper swing if I've got a high T back here with a low T. Can't get in there. Can only go downhill at the ball.
I hope you guys like this video. Please do me a favor real quick. Head over to Antonelli Baseball's YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already because he's got some great stuff. I'm sure you noticed from this video. But also, leave a comment on one of his videos on his channel and let him know. Please get out there with Coach Madden and shoot some videos this week so we can get together and keep giving you guys some great baseball content on my channel and on his channel. The two best baseball channels on YouTube. You know it. Thanks, guys. Hope to see you later this week with some more Antonelli baseball videos.
Nicest guy ever.